Guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Fallon and I do budgeting and fitness videos. So if you're not subscribed, don't forget to click that subscribe button and follow me along on my journey. Alright, so in today's video, I'm going to be going over my fitness journey, going through how I lost the weight, my starting weight, and how much I got down to, and how I got into competing. Alright, so my fitness journey starts back in 2012. This is when I was at my heaviest weight and when I decided I had enough and it was time to get the weight off. I had recently had my son in 2010 and he was getting ready to turn 2, and I just knew that I was going to need to lose the weight to keep up with him and be active right along with him. So that was my main reason why. One of the trigger points that got me focused on losing weight was I remember going to see my grandmother, and she looked at me and she goes, "Baby, you're just a little bit too young to have that much weight on you." And she kind of like jiggled my arm. And I'll never forget that. She wasn't rude with it or anything. It was just like a caring, she was caring. And I thought it stuck with me to this day. Like, when your grandmama tells you, you weigh a little bit too much, it's time to lose the weight. So that was the beginning of my journey, on starting my weight loss journey and getting more into fitness. So 2012, have always been trying to lose either 10 or 15 pounds ever since like in my early 20s. And I just could never stay consistent. Like, my main thing was always, I want to say, like, cardio. I remember going jogging in my neighborhood or going walking back then, but I could never stay consistent, especially with my diet. Like, I am a sweet eater. Like, I love my chocolate, I love my carbs, and I would overindulge all the time. So I knew that going forward, that was one of my problems, and I still have that problem to this day. Like, I sometimes still overindulge, and I'm trying to get to grips with that and not overeat. But I really started in like 2011. I gave the Atkins diet a try. Now, if you're not familiar with the Atkins diet, it's really low carb. It's very heavy protein and low carb. But as you go, they have phases. So as you go through the phases, you're supposed to incorporate more carbs as you go through. I never got to that point. So I started in 2011, and I actually have the notebook that I used when I started the journey. And I have in here, in September of 2011, I'll insert a picture because I don't think you'll be able to see it. My son got a hold of this. But yeah, I started at 200 pounds in 2011. September 18th is the date, and I put gotta lose weight on here. And I started with Atkins, doing the Atkins diet. But that year I was able to stick to it. I actually wrote in here when I fell off, which was in October of 2011. I fell off. So fast forward to 2012, I gave another try with the Atkins diet, and I was able to stick to it this time. In 2012, it was a lot going on for me personally, emotional wise, having my son and then not being with my son's father, and it was a very emotional time for me, and I just felt losing the weight and focusing on myself would be better for me and my son. So that's what I did. And I think that's what kind of helped me stick to it this time. Just knowing that I had to get together for me and my son helped me to stay consistent with the Atkins diet. And I did. And I also started incorporating more cardio. Now, I had always been in the gym. Like, I had joined the gym, I think the year I got pregnant. I would go to the gym and do cardio, lift minimum weights like I would do like upper body. But I didn't stay consistent with it. So then in 2012, I continued to go to the gym, but I think I mainly did the Zumba classes and stayed with the cardio. I didn't lift weights much. I mean, I did a little here and there, but not much. So by the end of 2012, I'm not sure if I did say that my highest weight was 200 pounds. And then by the end of 2012, I got down to 135 pounds, which was my goal weight. Is the weight that I was most comfortable being at the height of 5'3". I'm 5'3". And I've always been on the heavier side, especially in my lower half. Very blessed in the leg department, the thigh department. So that's always been a problem for me. I never before I had my child, I really had like a belly per se. I was been a little bit slimmer in the waist and big legs. But after having my son, I did develop a stomach, of course. So I wanted a flat stomach again. That was one of my goals, and just to lean out, to lose the cellulite and the extra weight I got from my son. So yeah, by the end of 2012, I had lost the majority of the weight, well, all the weight that I wanted to lose at the time, because I just wanted to be at 135. And then, but another goal of mine was to be toned. I wanted the nice lines in my arms. I wanted to be cut. I wanted to have muscle in my legs and in my arms. Like, that was my goal. So around, when exactly, I know I used Bodybuilding.com as one of my main sources to figure out like workouts and how to lift and things of that sort, because before then I did a lot of 5Ks, just a lot of cardio, and Zumba is how I stay active. And then around, I want to say 2013, 2014, probably more like 2014, I started lifting weights. I started getting more into trying to get more muscle. So I used Bodybuilding.com to find workouts, and I think like joined some of their challenges throughout the years. So being on Bodybuilding.com, being on YouTube, shout out to, I want to say, Jaleesa Smith, even Tiffany Davidson from Daily Davidson's. They both did figure competitions, and then Nikki, Taylor Chamberlain, and Emily Hayden did bikini competitions. So that's where I got into wanting to compete. I just wanted that next level up from just slimming down. I wanted to have muscle, and I kind of figured that was a good goal to have, was to step on stage. So around 2015, I got more into lifting weights. I started going to the gym regularly. I printed out workouts to do. I had, days I focused on upper body, days I focused on lower body, and I always still maintain getting at least 30 minutes of cardio in. And so by now, by 2015, I was off the Atkins diet. I switched over to a more clean eating method of eating. I focused on getting my protein in, getting the vegetable in with every meal, and making sure I drank my water. Like, making sure I was trying to get in a gallon of water a day, but still to this day I can't even get in a gallon. So I got close to a gallon, but getting a gallon of water is hard for me, but I'm working on it. So yeah, started working out more and focusing on the proper lift and the proper technique for lifting weights. I was never one to go into the gym and just start picking up real heavy weight and doing all kind of, no. I like to go by the book. I like to study stuff. I like to make sure my form is correct, because I did not want any injury. So at the time, my job was offering kickboxing classes and Zumba classes, and I was taking those. And the lady that was instructing them, she was also into bodybuilding. She did competitions, and so I got her information, and I started working out with her. So she showed me the proper technique and form to get me comfortable. Now, I was fine with going to the gym by myself and trying to figure it out through using Bodybuilding.com or asking people around me. Like, I never really had the whole being scared in the gym, looking crazy. I went in and I did what I felt I needed to do. So yeah, so that's how I got started in bodybuilding. So I did my first show in 2016, I want to say. I have the video here. I'll link it above for you to check it out. But yeah, so in 2016, I did my first show. So with that, you have to restrict your, really hone in on your diet. You have to make sure you get enough protein in, you get enough carbs in, and things of that sort. So I want to say my first show, I went by like a bro diet. I had my chicken broccoli or turkey and spinach, and it was a very like bro diet plan, but it worked. I placed well in my first show. I did a natural bodybuilding show for my first show. It was the federation was NGA, yeah, and I did well. It was an interesting show. It was, you know, a good way to get my feet wet in the competing world. And so that was that. And then the following year, 2017, I did 2 more shows. I did an SMBF show and WNBF show. I placed well in the WNBF show, and I didn't place at all in the SMBF show that year. So then in 2018, I did a SMBF show and my first NPC show. Did not place at all in my NPC show, but I placed well in my SMBF show, and I placed second in that one. So with the competitions, I ended up getting down to my lowest weight ever. As far as I can remember life, I got down to 118 pounds with my second show. My first show in 2016, I got down to 120 pounds. And with that first show, that was my first time having abs. I started a picture. I was so happy. I had abs then, and yeah, you can tell me anything. I had abs. But with that, even though I had lost the weight and I had got as lean as, you know, I could, as far as competition wise, I was still not lean enough. And I was not lean enough in my lower half. My upper half gets lean and looks nice, but these legs, y'all, I don't like to get lean, I don't like to get small, but they got small enough for me, like as far as I have ever seen, so I was happy with it. So yeah, so just, to me, your body is amazing, like the things it can do. I was 200 pounds at 5'3", and I was able to get down to 118 at my lowest for my second show. Like, it's crazy. And I don't have loose skin. I have a little bit on my stomach, and I feel like that's from having my son. But it's very minimum. As far as the weight loss, I feel like my weight loss was gradual. I haven't had any rapid weight loss with my journey. It comes over time. So right now I'm sitting at around 150 pounds, but this 150 is a lot different from the 150 before I had my son. Alright, so yeah, like I was saying, right now I sit at around 150 pounds, and my plans going forward is to lose 15 pounds. And I'm not going to do this by restricting my diet like I'm getting ready for a show or anything. I just want to be at around 135 pounds for my birthday, because I plan on doing a little photo shoot for my birthday, and for Trey turned 10 this year, so I want me and him to get some pictures together as well. And I just want to look like the fit mommy that I am. So that's what I plan on doing going forward. And then also to maintain a weight of 135. Throughout my journey, it has been up and down. Like, I will lose the weight for a show and I'll gain it back, and then I'll lose it again to get ready for the next show. And so during this last year, this year and the previous year, I have not did a show. So I've been at this 150, 145, 150-ish weight for these 2 years. And excuse me, I have been wanting to get down to 135 and maintain it. Before then, when I did lose the weight, when I originally got back to 135, I was maintaining it, and that was through being active and keeping my diet pretty clean. Right now, I'm more on a flexible diet. I like to somewhat intuitive eat, but I realized that in order to lose weight, to initially lose weight, I need to hone in on my diet more, because I tend to fall off and, you know, indulge in my sweets. So I will be paying more attention to my diet and planning out my meals. So therefore, I will start to meal prep on Sunday going forward to lose the 15 pounds that I would like to lose. So yeah, so stay tuned with me on that journey, getting fit for my birthday. Getting fit, I'll be 35 this year, so that's my goal. But I did want to leave you all with some tips on your weight loss journey. If you're planning on losing weight and you've been struggling with it, just know that you will fall off. Just get back up. I fell off plenty of times, and I just started over. You know, I just picked back up where I left off, started back. I cleaned up my diet and just kept moving forward, and I continue to be active. Being active is very important, as much as just as much as it is as keeping your diet clean. I mean, they say you can't outwork a bad diet, and that's true, but just so you don't fall off on both ends of the spectrum of not being active and not eating right, try and keep one of them consistent. You know, I've always been able to keep my activity level pretty high. This past year I haven't been. I've been focusing on studying for my CPA license, so I kind of fell off on working out, so that's why I've been trying to focus on my nutrition, because that's something I still can control, you know, regardless of if I'm studying or not. So yes, tip number one is just, even if you fall off, get back up, stay consistent, try again, keep trying until, you know, being consistent is just like second nature to you with either eating or working out. As far as diet, I would suggest to keep it simple. Don't try to incorporate too much. Don't try to incorporate too many fancy recipes. Just keep it simple. Keep it with the protein, you know, your carb source and your fat source. That is what works for me. I focus on getting a protein source in, trying to keep my protein as high as possible because I do want to build muscle. And getting a good amount of carb sources and a good amount of good fat in, because as women we need good sources. We need fat. We need good sources of fats in our diet. Another tip is to just find any way you can that you like to be active. You might not like lifting weights, and that's completely fine. Cardio is just as good, but you do need some type of resistance training, and it can just be with body weight. You know, you don't have to pick up weights, but you can just use your body weight. Bands are nice to use for that resistance as well, and it's not as much of a strain on your joints or anything to use the bands in your body weight. I know for me, the workouts that I like to do are more like HIIT workouts. You know, high intensity, get in there, work good sweat, get in and get out, you know. And those are the type of workouts that I like. And for my body type, they seem to do very, very well. I know, prepping for my show, I incorporate a lot of HIIT exercises in my workout routine, and you know, a lot of plyos and things of that sort too. My body responds very well too. So try some of those out. I have a few HIIT cardio and a few plyo workouts on my channel if you'd like to check those out. So yeah, just being consistent with your eating, being consistent with your exercise. And also the main thing that helps someone, or helped me for that matter, lose weight is mindset. Like before, I didn't really think I could do it. I didn't think it was possible. But starting 2012, I made up my mind that it was going to be possible, that I was going to do it. And that's how I keep going forward. When I do gain weight and I lose it again, it's all mindset. It's all knowing that I can do it, believing that I can do it, and putting it into action to do it. So make sure your mind is right. Just make sure that you are, that you believe in yourself. Have that belief in yourself. I know it sounds corny, and I know a lot of people say it, but it is very, very true. The mind is a very powerful thing, and just always believe that you can do it, and just picture yourself being that size. I know I did. Even with having the muscles, I pictured myself with those muscles how I want it to be, and it came to fruition. It worked. Don't have those muscles. I'm not as cut now, but I know how to get back to that point. And my goal right now is just to maintain it. Get my weight loss there gradually. I know I've been saying this for a while, but just being able to maintain the weight that I like and not putting on excess weight. And I know that is going to come in with my diet. So those are my tips, guys. Stay consistent. If you fall off, get back up. Keep your diet simple, protein. Even if you're vegetarian, get a good source of protein if you're vegetarian or vegan, and get in your carbs and get in your good fats. So that's my next tip. And stay active. Find any way that you like to stay active. I also played volleyball. I played volleyball throughout high school, as well as basketball. But I found a rec league volleyball team to join a few years back. They kind of fell off because there wasn't enough women interested in it, but I did play that for one season. And then recently, before COVID hit, I joined the softball team at my job because I enjoyed playing softball as well. But we only got to play one game before the season ended due to COVID. hopefully we can get that started back up next year, and I will be playing softball again. So if you enjoy sports, find a local sports team to join. If you enjoy lifting weights, get into the gym, be consistent with it. Even though COVID is around, and some, I don't know, I think most gyms have opened back up. I know mine has. But get your few weights and work out at home. There's a lot of exercises you can do at home. I have a few on my channel as well, but I know I will be incorporating more at home workouts for myself, because I go to the gym, but I haven't been feeling the gym lately due to COVID. I don't know, it kind of makes you feel uneasy, but so I've been enjoying my home workouts. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope those tips help you. I hope, you know, this video helps encourage you to lose the weight. Like I said, I went from 200 pounds, now I'm down to 150, so I maintained keeping off 50 pounds of that weight loss. Overall, I lost, what, 50, 20, close to 65 to 70 pounds throughout my journey. So, I mean, it's possible. Like I said before, the body is amazing. If you put your mind to it, you can do it. Stay consistent, believe in yourself, and the weight will fall off. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're not already subscribed, don't forget to click the subscribe button and follow me along on my journey. Until next time, guys.